have taken our houses through an illegal foreclosure process, despite not having the original mortgage. They have taken bailouts from tax buyers with impunity and continue to give executives exorbitant bonuses. They have perpetuated inequality and discrimination in the workplace based on age, the color of one's skin, sex, gender identity, and sexual orientation.
They have poisoned the food supply through negligence and undermined the farming system through monopolization. They have profited off the torture, confinement, and cruel treatment of countless animals and actively hide these practices.
They have continuously sought to strip employees of the right to negotiate for better pay and safer working conditions. They have held students hostage with tens of thousands of dollars of debt on education, which itself is a human right.
They have consistently outsourced labor and used that outsourcing as leverage to cut workers' health care and pay. They have influenced the courts to achieve the same rights as people, and none of the culpability or responsibility. They have spent millions of dollars on legal teams that look for ways to get them out of contracts in regards to health insurance. They have sold our privacy as a commodity.
They've used the military and police force to prevent freedom of the press. They have deliberately declined to recall faulty products endangering lives in pursuit of profit.
They determine economic policy despite the catastrophic failures their policies have produced and continue to produce.
They have donated large sums of money to politicians who are responsible for regulating them. They continue to block alternate forms of energy to keep us dependent on oil. They continue to block generic forms of medicine that can save people's lives and provide relief in order to protect investments that have already turned to sustainable profit.
They purposely keep people misinformed and fearful through their control of the media. They have accepted private contracts to murder prisoners even when presented with serious doubts about their guilt.
They have perpetuated colonialism at home and abroad. They have participated in the torture and murder of innocent civilians overseas.
They continue to create weapons of mass destruction in order to receive government contracts.
To the people of the world, we, the New York City General Assembly, occupying Wall Street and Liberty Square, urge you to assert your power.
Exercise your right to peaceably assemble, occupy public space, create a process to address the problems you face, and generate solutions accessible to everyone. To all communities that take action and form groups in the spirit of direct democracy, we offer support, documentation, and all the resources at our disposal. Join us and make your voices heard.
I've been thinking about Occupy Wall Street, which is now occupying a number of other cities in America, and wondering what is it really about. The protesters don't like bank bailouts. They feel the 99% have been hard done by, and they're protesting what they see as inequality. But America has always had more inequality than many countries. I think the underlying sense of frustration is over a very un-American state of affairs, a loss of social mobility. Americans have so far put up with inequality because they felt they could change their status. They didn't mind others being rich as long as they had a path to move up as well. The American dream is all about social mobility in a sense, the idea that anyone can make it. Well, Time magazine's Rana Foroohar has a great cover story this week that highlights that social mobility in America is declining. She points out that if you were born in 1970 in the bottom 1/5 of our socioeconomic spectrum, you have only a 17% chance of making it into the upper 2/5, in other words, moving from the bottom toward the top. The data now show that it is much easier to climb up the ladder in many parts of Europe than in the United States. Rana Foroohar points out that while nearly half of American men with fathers in the bottom 5th of the earning curve remain there, don't move up, only a quarter of Danes and Swedes and only 30% of Britons do. In other words, the Europeans do much better. The American dream seems to be thriving in Europe, not at home.
Hey! Stop! 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 Never go! Never go! Fuck you, man! Shoot me! I'm recording you! Shoot me!